सेवा मांगू श्यामा श्याम तेरी, न भक्ति नहीं मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
नित सेवा मांगू श्यामा श्याम तेरी, न भक्ति नहीं मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
Sankirtan Madhuri, page number 98. नित सेवा मांगू श्यामा श्याम तेरी, न भक्ति नहीं मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
नित सेवा मांगू श्यामा श्याम तेरी, न भक्ति नहीं मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
नित सेवा मांगू सेवा 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 मांगू श्यामा श्याम तेरी, न भक्ति नहीं मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
नित सेवा मांगू श्यामा श्याम तेरी, न भक्ति नहीं मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
नित सेवा मांगू श्यामा श्याम तेरी, न भक्ति नहीं मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
नित सेवा मांगू श्यामा श्याम तेरी, न भक्ति नहीं मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
बाढ़े भक्ति निष्काम नित मेरी, न भक्ति नहीं मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
बाढ़े भक्ति निष्काम नित मेरी, न भक्ति नहीं मुक्ति
This is a very beautiful bhajan composed by Jagadguru Sri Kripaluji Maharaj, in which he is expressing his devotional sentiments and an entreaty at the feet of Radha Krishna. So he says, my bhakti should remain nishkam and keep on increasing. Let us start understanding this kirtan from here. Bhakti. What is bhakti? We all wish to grow our bhakti, but the point is, what does it mean? So bhakti is actually not different from God Himself. Bhakti, Bhakt, Bhagavant, Guru, Chatur, Nam, Vapu, Ek. Just like you have all heard that there is no difference between Ram and Ram Nam. In the divine realm, they are all one. So Bhagavan is infinite in extent. His bhakti is also a vast ocean. It consists of infinite attributes, and nobody can ever claim to have cultivated all the attributes of bhakti. Somebody has got Vishesh Anurag towards Katha. Somebody gets Vishesh Ras from Vigraha Puja. Somebody gets special Ras from Seva. Someone has got Nishtha in the Naam, etc. So this bhakti has got all these attributes and much more. However, to give us all an idea, different saints and scriptures have expressed what bhakti means to them. So the Gopal Tapaniya Upanishad of the Vedas has stated, Bhajanam Bhaktihi, Bhajanam Nama Rasanam. Bhakti means to relish the ras of God. Bhagavan is rasmay, raso vai saha. To relish that bliss. How will you relish the bliss? When you take your mind to Him, which means bring Him to your mind. He is the ocean of ras. He will make you experience a little bit of it. How much? As much as we have devotion. God is very chalak. If your devotion is 4 ane, 4 annas, and you are hearing His katha, He will give you 4 annas worth of ras from inside. You increase your bhakti to 8 annas, He will increase His ras to 8 annas as well. You increase your bhakti to 16 ane, He will increase His ras. So the devotee says, supposing I keep on increasing my devotion ad infinitum, will one day God run out of ras? I am sorry. Khali ho gaya hamara khajana. No. His devotion is infinite, His ras. And the devotee's love is also ever increasing. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has said, Amar madhurya nath nit nav nav hoy. My sweetness is ever fresh. Nit nav nav hoy. Swa swa prem anurup bhakt aswadai. Dohe kare huda hudi. Badhe mukh nahi mudi. This is ancient Bengali in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. There's a competition that begins between the devotee's devotion and God's ras. And neither admits defeat till the end of eternity. So to relish the bliss of God, is defined by the Gopal Tapani Upanishad as bhakti. Now, Maharshi Kapil, who was an avatar of Bhagavan, there were two Kapils in Indian history. One who presented Nirishwarvadi Sankhya-vad, a Sankhya darshan without any mention of God. And the other presented Ishwarvadi Sankhya-vad, that was the avatar, Devahuti Putra, Kardam Muni Putra Kapil. That Kapil, he has defined Sankhya darshan, but to his mother Devahuti, he explained bhakti, as you may have heard in Bhagavad Kathas. So Maharshi Kapil told his mother Devahuti the secrets of bhakti. And he says that, look, just observe the holy Ganga, which begins at Gomukh and continues from Gangotri to Uttarkashi, Devprayag, Rudraprayag, Rishikesh, Haridwar, goes on, Kanpur, Allahabad, Patna, Ganga Sagar, it's incessantly flowing towards the ocean. Likewise, if your thoughts could also continuously flow to God, that would be bhakti. The people ask, is bhakti an external thing? Is it an internal thing? I think the debate is put to rest. When it's talking about thoughts, it's an internal thing. So all the thoughts should flow towards Bhagavan. Shankaracharya said, look, let me tell you what bhakti is. Take a potato. It is soft. Stick needles into it, which are hard. So the needles will stay lodged. They will not dislodge easily. Likewise, if all our thoughts could stick into God, which means if all our thoughts could become godly, this world is a temple of God, I am a servant of God, they are all little parts of God, the air is His energy, everything could become godly. That would be bhakti. Jagat Guru Ramanujacharya, who established Vishisht Advaitvad, he said, Prem Yukt Dhyan. Now, Dhyan, everybody is doing meditation. Since the 1960s, meditation got imported into the US as well. And now you've got varieties and varieties of meditation. But it is India's gift to the world. So, Prem Yukt Dhyan, devotion that is imbued with love. That is bhakti. Listen, from Vedavyas, he says, I have written Vedant. So you understand from me, go into the etymology of the word bhakti. The root of bhakti is bhaj dhatu. And this word bhaj means to serve. Bhajityesha vai dhatuhu sevayam parikirtitah tasmat seva budhai prokta bhakti sadhana bhuyasi. So from bhaj came the word bhakti, and bhaj means to serve. So bhakti means to serve. Serve God with love. Now you may ask, what is the difference? We serve the world as well. Somebody says, Swamiji, I'm a government servant. It's a common term used in India, I'm a government servant. So you are doing bhakti of the government. Somebody doing bhakti of God, spiritual government. What's the difference between the two? One is done with the body. The bhav out there is not required. And one is done with bhav or sentiments. So government servants, it's not necessary that they love the government. In fact, many of them hate it. That is why sometimes when a holiday is declared in the office, people celebrate. Many, many years ago, one person came to me and said, Swamiji, aaj to maja aa gaya. I said, what happened? He said, Arey, wo Pradhan Mantri mar gaya. I said, you should be lamenting if Pradhan Mantri mar gaya. Arey, I don't care whether he lives or dies. I've got holiday from the office. Chutti has been declared. So work is seeming like a bodha. This service is done mechanically. God says the service I want should be an offering of love. Just as Shabari offered those half-eaten berries, or Vidurani offered the banana peel, that kind of love. Now that is not acceptable in the world. Supposing a servant is cooking for his master, and the servant is so absorbed in loving thoughts of his master. I am extremely fortunate. I got the privilege to cook for my master. I can't believe he is going to eat what I have made. And he goes into Bhav Samadhi. So instead of putting sugar in the halwa, he puts salt in it. Do you think the master will be thrilled? Oh my God, my servant loves me so much. He was completely oblivious of what he was doing. The master will say, Ramu, you have to cook properly whether it's with love or not. But God says, I fully accept such kind of bhakti. For love is all I want. भाव के भूखे प्रभु है, भाव ही बस सार है. भाव से प्रभु को भजे तो भव से बेड़ा पार है. भाव बिन सब कुछ दे डाले तो मैं कभी लेता नहीं. भाव वाले भक्त का एक पुष्प भी स्वीकार है. This is the rule of God and it's also the rule of the Guru.